Hello everyone, good morning. In this video, our group will present our presentation. It's about words, dictionary, and mental lexicon. Okay, introduce my name is Asni and I will explain about words. What is words? According to Oxford Dictionary, word is a single listing, meaningful element of speech or writing. Used with other to form a sentence and typically shown as page on either side when written or print. In morphologies, however, have a luxury of being more precise. We can define a word as a sequence of one or more morpheme that can stand alone in a language. But in doing so, we have to exalt it. What interesting about our question? The example will be present by Trikas.
Okay, guys. I'd like to explain the next slide. So the next slide is a questions. The question is XYZ really a word? So the first thing that you guys need to know is every language has a way of forming new words that are so active and transparent that putting all the words form that way into the dictionary. So I will give an example. For example, speakers of English know that any verb at all have present progressive form made with the suffix ing. As soon as I make up a new verb, say sex. This is just example, guys. Because when you guys search in dictionary, you can't find sex. So this is only example. We know that the present progressive verb form is sexing. So the first form is sex, and we add ing, come sexing. So although a dictionary might even not include it, the verb sex, it might never lead sexing as a word. But of course, sexing should be considered a word. Okay, the next slide. The next slide is about dictionaries. What is the dictionary? So dictionary is a list of words in one or more specific language, arranged alphabetically, which include information, definitions, usage, etymologies, pronunciation, how to pronounce the word, and translation, the meaning of words. So dictionaries come in all shape and size. I think that's all. Thank you.
Mental lexicon is the sum total of everything an individual speaker knows about words of her or his language. And also, mental lexicon is one kind of material in psycholinguistics where it describes how words organize and processing words in human minds. And then simply, mental lexicon is a store of words. We cannot judge that it's similar with dictionary because mental lexicon differs radically from a dictionary.
Okay, next point is each person might have different mental lexicon. As we know, mental lexicon is all of the words a person knows. It means that mental lexicon grows when they or person learn a new words and can shrink when an unfrequently used the words is forgotten. And mental lexicon, it can be thought of as a kind of dictionary. Its purpose is to provide spelling, a pronunciation, or more definition, and perhaps quotation or even an image.
Well, thank you. So I'm going to continue our explanations about the mental lexicons. Just like what my friends have said before, that the mental lexicon is actually the whole information that you will have about a specific word in a specific language. So it's basically the whole information that you understand about that word. Um, each people will have each people will have different mental lexicons from one to another, because it will be influenced by how many words that they have heard and they have understand in their whole life. So each of us will have different word storage. um, by saying word storage, I mean it's actually all the words that you have heard and you have known in your whole life. For example, I learn a lot about machine. For example, it means that I will be very familiar to any kinds of words that is related to machines, or kind of something like that. And a doctor, they will have many words in their mind about something that relate to their professions. So it's actually how your mental lexicons will grow. So mental lexicons, your mental lexicons, how do we say that? So your ability to have your own word storage will grow when you use that frequently, and when you really understand what is the meaning of that word. Um, in contrary, it will shrink if you don't use that word frequently. So it's important for us to always, like using the new words that we already know, so that the memory or even your understanding about that word will not shrink. Uh, in mental lexicons, just like what I've said before, they're not going to organizing words in alphabetical order, just like what we have found in dictionaries, because as humans we tend to, like having our own way to categorizing words. Just like when I said hamburger will be very close to hand in dictionaries, because both of them have the same first letter, but in our mind we tend to categorizing them um, in a very complex way. Just like when I said hamburger, maybe okay, it's a food, so I'm going to put them at the same folder in another food, just like banana or even French fries, pizza, and so on. And when I said hands, then it's going to be I'm going to put them in the same folder in other body parts like feet, nose, or even eyes. Yeah, like that. What's that? Okay. The other thing about the mental lexicons is actually they tend to wait. I'm going to remember. Okay. So in mental lexicons, um, they don't really record the complex word, except that you have used that complex word frequently. But they tend to use the word for meaning, just like when I said, please, please change the verb form into past tense. Your mind will automatically just think that, okay, just put ed at the end of the each verbs. But when you try to write it on paper, then it's going to be more complicated, because there are a lot of rules that you have to um, applicating, just like the and the ed sounds. So that's actually how the mental lexicons really works. That's all about our explanations. We are going to have a Skype video calls maybe later. So just in case you have something to ask, asking, we are very open to accept that, and we're going to see you later. Please prepare your questions.